We grew up pretty poor, my family, and the fact is, without public assistance, there were days that I don't know that we would have had dinner. I spent a lot of time traveling the state of New York, and certainly I've worked in elected office. I know there are too many families that are struggling very hard. There are too many young people leaving because they can't afford to stay here. Too many seniors having to make very drastic decisions between food and prescription drugs. I think affordability is one of our biggest challenges. It in fact is one of our biggest problems. New York has the highest combined burden of taxation of any state in the country. There are just too many families who are struggling too hard. So making the state affordable, ensuring that people can live and thrive and survive here is the first priority of government. I also think that government needs to be accessible to the people it serves. We live in a time now where people seem to be consumed with attacking one another or counterattacking one another instead of spending time listening to one another. And elected officials can, by example, ensure that the government is empowered by people, that citizens have access to the services and the institutions of their government, and by extension, that everyday New Yorkers have the opportunity to really impact the way in which this government does and should function. There are a lot of people living with physical and intellectual disabilities, and accessibility means not only ensuring that government is accessible, it's making sure that the institutions of business, our communities, even crosswalks, are accessible to those who live with too many challenges. With 1 in 68 kids diagnosed on the autism spectrum, the challenge for a lot of families to raise a family member living with a disability is overwhelming. And I've seen it firsthand. I know it because I've lived it. And I think that this state ought to be the best in the country when it comes to creating accessibility and opportunity for those regardless of ability.